Chapter 6. Meaning. If enough gives a life orientation and values provide direction, meaning answers a deeper question. Why does any of it matter? Human beings are unusual in this regard. Other creatures live, strive, reproduce, and die without needing a philosophical justification for their existence. But humans possess a peculiar awareness. We know that life is finite. We know that time is limited. And we know that the choices we make shape the small portion of existence we inhabit. That awareness inevitably raises a question. What makes a life meaningful? For centuries, people have tried to answer it in different ways. Some point to achievement, others to happiness, others to service, faith, love, or legacy. Each of these captures something real, but none of them alone fully resolves the question. One reason is that meaning is not a single substance that can simply be acquired. It is something that emerges from the relationship between a person and the life they are living. Meaning tends to arise when three elements begin to converge. First, engagement. A person becomes absorbed in something that matters to them. A craft, a relationship, a problem worth solving, a cause worth serving. Attention is no longer scattered. It becomes focused. Second, responsibility. Meaning deepens when we recognize that our actions affect something beyond ourselves. Caring for another person, contributing to a community, building something that endures, all of these transform activity into responsibility. Third, interpretation. Human beings constantly interpret their experiences. We weave events into narratives that help us understand what is happening and why it matters. Meaning is often the story we construct about the significance of our efforts and struggles. When engagement, responsibility, and interpretation begin to align, life acquires a sense of coherence. A person no longer feels like they are drifting through events. They feel that their life is participating in something that matters. Importantly, this does not eliminate difficulty. In fact, some of the deepest sources of meaning arise precisely from confronting hardship, caring for someone who is suffering, persevering through challenges, or transforming pain into growth. The presence of suffering does not negate meaning. Sometimes it reveals it. This insight changes how we think about the search for meaning. Instead of asking, "What is the meaning of life?" the question becomes more personal. What is life asking of me? The answer to that question cannot be handed down by philosophy, culture, or authority. It emerges through living, through the choices we make, the responsibilities we accept, and the values we attempt to embody. In that sense, meaning is not something we find once and for all. It is something we continually create. A life becomes meaningful not because it solves the mystery of existence, but because it responds to it with sincerity, effort, and care. And when enough values and meaning begin to align, the compass of a life becomes clear. The next question then becomes, what kind of mind is capable of carrying such a life well?